Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Tow with us. So today I'll be reviewing my first premium segment bike, that is Harley Street 50. I thought of reviewing now because I've driven all around 13,000 plus kilometers on all different terrains, on different road condition, on different climatic conditions as well. Not on the snowy roads. So that is left for this particular bike to go. Apart from that, I have driven almost all the bikes. So now the first thing is that why I purchased this particular bike. I already own a Gixxer 150cc and that is a superb bike. It's not a super bike, so it's a very good bike for Indian roads. And after that I was having a plan in my mind that I'll be purchasing a premium segment of bike, and when premium segment comes into picture, then definitely one name, Harley Davidson. So I went to the showroom, I saw many of the bikes. Definitely the cost were more and more and more, so I was a little bit thinking of buying whether should I buy a Street 750 or Street 750 Rock. But when I saw this particular color, it just attracted me and I went on for this particular bike. Let's start the review as what you get when you purchase this particular bike. So when you purchase it, you will not get the lag guard, crash guard, whatever you say in Indian terms, the heat deflector, the backrest, those things you will not be getting. So two things which are most important for you to purchase is the crash guard. So in aftermarket it will cost you around 5 to 6k, and in showroom it will cost you much more. I don't remember the exact amount, I think around 15, that's it what I remember till now. The second most important thing is the heat deflector. This is the most important thing because this will save your thighs. If you see, this is a V-twin engine and the heat will generate and it will directly pass on your thighs riding in your shorts on Harley Street 750. So it's up to you, you can even ride as well, but it's not suggested. So this costs you around 6,000 rupees for two sides, this side and that side both, and so 6,000 is a good price for saving your thighs. And third thing which I have added here is the backrest. So my backrest along with the carrier is an option. Why I have chosen is that I always travel with my wife and we carry some luggage there. So that's how I can place my luggage and I can tie it with the bungee cords and then we can travel. You can even see my other travel videos where I have done my Munnar trip and my trip from Bangalore to Assam and then Assam to Bangalore. There I was having the same posture. And last thing which I have included in my bike is the auxiliary lights. The stock light is a standard one, but for foggy situations it will never work. So it's better to put an auxiliary lights which can help you while you are in a foggy condition. One more addition which I have made to my bike is that this particular custom seat which I have created only due to the pain in my butt, because the stock seats were creating much problem on my butt and it was really painful. So that's the reason why I have changed, and that made the pillion rider to sit also in a comfortable position. It's completely depend upon you how you want to change your seat or if you require or not to change the seat. So that's what I have added to my particular bike. Apart from that, I have not invested anything. You can put definitely the other exhaust as well, but I am good with the stock exhaust because this sound is very smooth and I don't want any louder noise for my bike. So like Harley, it doesn't sound for me. So I'm pretty much good with this stock exhaust. Now let's come to the points as what are the factors or what are the pros or what are the cons it might be. Let's begin with the riding posture. So this is the posture how you would be sitting on an Street 750, and with this posture you cannot just ride like this and on this particular manner on a city roads. So definitely it's not that comfortable to go zigzag while you are on a city roads and even not even in the highways as well. But yeah, one problem is that when you take a U-turn, so it will take large amount of space to make the U-turn, and you will feel like you are turning a car or you are turning a truck like this. So I think that's one of the con which I think, but it's not a con. It's how the Harley motorcycle has been made. Coming to the odometer, the main problem is that you will not get the fuel indication. Definitely, this is one of the con part I can say in Harley Davidson 50. Paying around 6.5 lakhs and not getting the symbol of the petrol, it's a little bit problematic. That I can expect from Harley. Third thing is that the posture as how you sit on Harley Davidson. So this is how you sit on Street 750, and your leg comes parallel to the tank of the bike. But this doesn't give me a problem because I'm 5.7 and it's pretty much good for me. But I think more than 5.7 like 5.8 or 5.9 will have some problems due to the leg issues, and it's not that long that you can stretch it or you can modify this particular part. I'm not sure whether you can modify it or not, but I don't think so it can be modified. But yeah, for below 5.7 definitely this is a good bike because your feet will touch definitely the ground, so you can control the bike more easily. And another thing for the posture is that like when you sit on this manner, these are the rear view mirrors for you. Since I'm being and thin and this mirror gives me all the views I require, but if I'm very muscular and if I'm a little bit fat, so I have to sit like this. So it will definitely cover the rear mirrors and I cannot see which vehicle is passing by my side. So that is not a roadblock, I can say. You can just remove this, you can place the mirrors here, so you will be having the required views. So that's completely fine. The shock absorber, for me, it created a problem, might be due to the luggage and might be due to the backrest because it was touching the shock absorber, and so that might be an issue. Please make sure that there should be enough gap between the shock absorber and your backrest rod. If you're purchasing it from aftermarket, so this is the only thing you need to remember. And if you're purchasing it from Hardy showroom, so you don't have to worry, it covers that. So I heard that on many Street 750s, like they are having issues with the shock absorber on the front side, but till now I have not got any problem on this bike. I have taken this particular bikes in different road conditions, and I don't think so that particular road condition when you'll be reaching just before Farakka, that 10-kilometer stretch is really pathetic, and I'll pray that no one should go there on that route. So that will really damage your bike like hell. Let's come to the ground clearance point. If you're thinking of purchasing Swiss 750, you will not get a good clearance for this particular bike. But yeah, if you are going for street road, then the ground clearance is much more. And if you are thinking that you can put a bash plate and it will solve your problem, it will not solve your problem. It will reduce the ground clearance more for you. But yeah, it causes a problem when you're on the highways and there will be big humps. So that time, like, it will touch the lower part of your bike, and at the same time it will touch your heart as well. So I think that you have to be quite adjusted on that particular part, and some tips and small tricks are there how you can cross those big speed humps. You have to slow down, you have to take a slight angle, and then you have to cross it. So those are one of the tricks which you can implement while riding, or you can just go down from that particular hump and avoid that particular hump if there is any possible way you can cross. When it comes to mileage, so everyone has got a question, is that कितना देती है या फिर कितना पीती है. That question doesn't come when you are buying in premium segment of bike, because you know it will cost you much more on the petrol side. But yeah, this bike, I can say that it gives me around 15 to 18 liters, and in about the highways it gives you 22 to 25. So it totally depends. I cannot give a 100% that okay it's 22 kilometers or it's 25 kilometers. It will vary according to the road conditions as well. One last important thing which I want to cover here is that, is this bike made for city roads or highways? I can say that it's made for both the conditions, because if you're riding in city rides, just one thing you have to do is that the roads are very congested, so you need to avoid all the possible things. So in a traffic, what you have to do is you have to just turn off your bike. That is the only solution from which you can save your thighs, the heat generation from the engine. That is the only thing. And for highways, this is definitely a smooth, so no problem on that. But one thing is that it's not an off-roading bike. I have taken it in many off-road conditions, not specifically for off-roading, but yeah, I encountered such situations, so I thought that let's go and check how much this bike is capable of. But I find it very much pleasant to ride this particular bike. Now, before concluding, the most important part is that you have purchased the bike, but what's your maintenance cost? So it costs you around 10k, 8,000 kilometers. So I believe for 1 year 8,000 kilometers is good enough. 10,000 rupees, 8,000 kilometers, 1 year, it's good for a service point of view. But yes, if you are taking it on a daily basis, on a daily rides, on daily long rides, then definitely you need to do the servicing as per the kilometers. So that's what I can say all about my bike after riding for around 2.5 years and having different road conditions and different experiences on this bike. So if you guys are new to this particular channel, please subscribe it, share it, like it, and if you have any comments related to the review, mention it over the comment section. I'll definitely respond to it at the earliest possible. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for my next video. So that's a surprise on that part. I'll let you guys know soon on my next video. See you. Bye bye.